Hello, my little mathematicians. Today I'm going to help you get started on the expressions homework number 3 worksheet. I'm going to focus on helping you with 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so remember we don't have space here, so let's show our work on a separate sheet of paper. So I'm going to start with number 6, and number 6 says 12a minus 3b squared, where a is 9 and b is 4. The first thing you want to do is write your expression, and then after you have it written, you're going to go ahead and substitute in or replace the variable with what it stands for. So I have 12 times a, and a is 9, minus 3 times b squared. And I'm going to replace the b with a 4. And then what might be helpful, especially for later problems, is if you want to put your individual terms inside of brackets, as problems get more and more complicated, that'll actually help. Okay, so 12a is one term, or 12 times 9, and negative 3b squared, so 3 times 4 squared, is one singular term. So now that lets you know I need to focus on this, and then I can subtract them. So within here, 12 times 9 is 108. Hopefully you have that memorized. If not, you can multiply it out. And then within here, do I go 3 times 4 and then square it, or do I do 4 squared? Well, think about PEMDAS. You do exponents before you do multiplication. So I need to take care of that 4 squared, which is what? 16. Because 4 squared is not 4 times 2. It's 4 times itself 2 times. And 4 times 4 is 16. Okay, now I still need to simplify this term right here. I simplified the 4 squared to 16, but I still need to know what 3 times 16 is. So go ahead and multiply that out, and you get 48. So now you have 108 minus 48. Please don't be afraid to actually show your work off to the side so you get the right answer. 8 minus 8 is 0. 10 minus 4 is 6. So 108 minus 48 is 60. And that kind of makes sense. 60 plus 40-ish is 100-ish, right? My answer makes sense. Okay, my next one I said I'd do with you is number 7. Number 7 says 11 parentheses d minus c plus 3 parentheses c plus d. And c is 6 and d is 9. Okay, so I first of all wrote the expression as is, and then I'm going to write it beneath it with everything the same, except I'm just going to replace what each variable is equal to. So the D I'm going to replace with a 9. The C I'm going to replace with a 6. That C gets replaced with a 6. And that D gets replaced with a 9. It just makes you make sure that you plug the right number into the right place and that you don't forget anything. If you kind of compare it to here's the original expression above it, and then you just replace any variables with numbers. Okay, and then you just go ahead and get started. So I'm going to simplify this parentheses first. 9 minus 6 is 3. Bring down that 11. Plus 3, and then I'm going to simplify inside of those parentheses. 6 plus 9 is 15. Okay, now before you add, you have to take care of multiplication, right? So right here, 11 times 3 is 33. And then again, before you add, you need to take care of multiplication. So 3 times 15, if I work that out, I get 45. And now you have 33 plus 45 for a final answer of 78. Okay, our final one we said we'd do together. Number 8. And remember, you're always free to pause the video, try it yourself first, and then unpause it to check yourself. Okay, here's my original expression. G we said was 3, and H we said was 5. So I'm going to replace the G with a 3, because that's what G is equal to, and that whole thing's being cubed. Minus, I'm going to replace the H with a 5, because that's what H is equal to. Squared plus 8. Okay, and there's double check. it was G cubed, so something cubed, and G is 3, minus H squared. H was for sure the 5, and it's squared plus 8. Okay, because if you're using the wrong numbers, no matter, even if you do your math correctly, you're going to miss it, right? So always double check you copied it down correctly. And then you take care of things inside of parentheses. They're all down to a singular number. Now I look for exponents. So I have 3 cubed, which is 3 times 3 times 3. It's 3 times itself 3 times. So that's 9 times 3, and 9 times 3 is 27. So I'm going to replace that 3 cubed, or 3 to the third power, with 27. Minus, this one is saying 5 squared, so 5 times 5. Well, 5 times 5 is 25, plus 8. Okay, and then you add these next, right? No. Okay, when you're deciding between adding and subtracting, you go from left to right. Okay, you always multiply or divide before adding and subtracting, but when deciding between adding or subtracting, it's left to right. So I'm going to go ahead and do these first. 27 minus 25 is 2. Bring down the plus 8, and 2 plus 8 is a final answer of 10. Okay, now how you fill out the other side. If I were to flip these over, I said that 6 was 60, and that 7 was 78, and that 8 was, what did we say we got? We said we got 10. Okay, 8 was 10. So find 60. That's right here. So number 6 was C. Write a C for number 6. 7 was 78. So go ahead and find that one. That was S. So 7 is S. And if it shows up more than once, then just write S multiple times. Okay, and 8 is 10. 10 is A. Okay, so find an 8, and there's an A. Any other 8s right here. And that's it. All right, and that's how you do your homework. Okay, good luck, my little mathematicians. You got this.